Right now this morning, crews respond to an overnight house fire in Tomah. What we know now. And making smart money moves in your 20s. One organization has a plan to tackle financial literacy. Hear about it on Mindful Monday.
Plus, yesterday was so nice, we're going to do it twice. We're going to keep the mild here for you. And then eventually we're going to slip into a little bit of rain and snow. We'll talk about that in just a moment.
This is News 8 Now this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Thank you for joining us for News 8 Now this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Art Jarrett.
It is Monday, December 9th. Monday's back so soon, isn't it? As it always is. You say it's going to be mild. We better enjoy it, right?
Yes. Hey, I hear you can sing.
Really?
Yeah, I heard.
Oh, we did some karaoke this weekend, but I don't know if that means I can sing.
Well, we'll soon find out. Punch it, Corey. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to play it. All right,
roll the tape, right?
As we get into it this early morning, we are holding on to some chilly temperatures to start off this early morning. Some 20s, and it feels like we're in the 20s and some 30s right about now. We're also going to see that we hold on to some sprinkle possibilities later on today, and I'm only talking about some sprinkles about between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock this afternoon. And we're only looking at about 1/10 of an inch. Colder air on the way, though. Finishing out, we'll get into more of that rainfall over the last 6 hours. There it was, kind of moving through the area. Put it into motion for you now. Not much happening now. Everything's kind of bugged out over the last 6 hours to the east. In fact, eventually, we've got the cloud cover. We've got a nice little open space right now. We've got some clearing skies holding on to some locations, but now patchy fog is filling in. And as that happens, we'll also be picking up the possibility of dense fog. You can see it up there getting closer and closer to Ladysmith as well as Eau Claire. The possibility of that picking up a little bit of patchy to dense fog that'll stick around until the noon hour. And we'll get right into it here. As you can see, as we go into dense fog this morning, it's going to be along I-94. And once I come back, I'll give you an overview of how that will all play out for you. Please stick around.
All right, Art, thank you. New this morning, crews battled an overnight fire at a 2-story home in Tomah. Fire crews rushed to the scene on Clark Street just before 11:15 last night. Thanks to their quick response, firefighters managed to contain the blaze to the 2nd floor, preventing it from spreading to neighboring homes. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. Investigators now working to determine what caused it. Searchers found a body along the Cannon River while looking for a 60-year-old man who went missing last week. The medical examiner now working to identify those remains. The search has been suspended pending the results. We'll continue to follow the story. Happening today, the public can get an update on plans for a new hospital in Lake Hallie. The Chippewa Valley Health Cooperative has received approval for its nonprofit facility. A recent study confirms the area needs a full-service hospital. The meeting starts at 6 tonight at the Heidi Center. Doors will open for you at 5:15. Starting today, the north end of Pettibone Park in La Crosse will close for utility work. Pettibone Drive North will have intermittent closures through January 1st. The Parks Department says the work will impact traffic in and out of the north end. This morning, there is jubilation and new questions after the fall of Syria's brutal dictator. The 24-year rule of Bashar al-Assad came to an end there over the weekend as rebels advanced into the capital after a swift days-long offensive. CBS News' Naomi Ruckham has the latest for us from New York City.
Celebration in Syria after the downfall of Bashar al-Assad. In just days, armed rebels took key cities before claiming the capital, Damascus.
The speed at which that unfolded was surprising.
Russian state media outlets report that Assad and his family fled to Moscow and were given asylum. As his country descended into a bloody, nearly 14-year civil war, Assad was propped up by Russia, Iran, and Hezbollah militants who carried out a brutal campaign of documented war crimes, including indiscriminate airstrikes and chemical weapons attacks.
At long last, the Assad regime has fallen.
Yesterday, President Joe Biden said it is a moment of both historic opportunity and one of risk and uncertainty as Syria pivots from more than 50 years of Assad family rule.
The United States will do whatever we can to support them.
The U.S. military says it conducted airstrikes on ISIS targets in central Syria Sunday. Israel has deployed forces into a buffer zone along its shared border with Syria, saying it's to ensure the safety of its citizens.
Today, the Israeli foreign minister confirmed his military also launched airstrikes on suspected chemical weapons and long-range missile sites in Syria. They said it's to stop them from falling into the wrong hands. Lara Trump says she'll step down as co-chair of the Republican National Committee. She didn't mention her future plans, but there is some speculation she's considering a Senate run to replace Marco Rubio. That, of course, is President-elect Trump for Secretary of State. A new study published in the journal Nature finds the Arctic could experience its first ice-free summer day before 2030, possibly even by 2027. While researchers acknowledge that projection is unlikely, they say rising greenhouse gas makes it possible. The majority of researchers' simulations predict the earliest ice-free day in the Arctic, something they call an ominous milestone for the planet, will happen within 7 to 20 years from now. After a warm weekend, bone-chilling cold is expected to return later this week. These temperature swings aren't just dangerous for us, but they could also affect lake ice. Kirsten Mitchell has the safety tips you need as ice fishing season is back.
From skating to fishing,
some days you can't keep them off the hook.
Minnesota's frozen lakes offer 10,000 opportunities.
It's amazing. I mean, this is Oglala Sword.
We know it has to be cold for the lakes to finally freeze over, but how cold are we talking?
Lake ice formation starts pretty much when the temperature starts to get below freezing.
Luigi Romolo is a DNR climatologist.
The ice will start to form on the outer edges, on the shores of the lake. We call that shore ice, and then it'll start to grow inward.
With consistently cold temperatures and calm conditions, the ice that forms is clear and smooth. But we know that's not often the case for us here in Minnesota.
The windier it is, the longer it takes for the actual ice cover to form.
Then there's snow.
Snow plays a big factor in ice formation because it acts as an insulator. So when you get snow on an ice cover, it will prevent the ice below it from getting thicker. It can also weight down the ice and cause the ice to crack.
We had a pretty big crack open up east to west.
Lake ice is weakest in areas of flowing water, like streams and under bridges, and close to shore.
Ice thickness can vary even in just a few feet.
Gas holes caused by stream inlets and aquatic vegetation can also weaken ice, and areas near logs, rocks, bridges, and docks can be dicey too. White ice is caused by snow melting on top of the ice and refreezing, but white ice is only half as strong as clear ice because it's filled with air bubbles.
The clearer the ice, the stronger it tends to be.
Ice thickness guidelines should be doubled when traveling on white ice.
My best advice is to always check the thickness of the ice. If you're drilling and you're not all the way through the ice and you're hitting water, that's a good sign that that ice is not safe.
The Minnesota DNR says there needs to be at least 4 inches of clear ice before you can walk on it, but reminds everyone that ice is never 100% safe. Be careful out there. Coulee region residents could clear electronic clutter while helping the environment this weekend. TDS and Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling partnered for an electronics recycling event thanks to a TDS donation. People could recycle up to 4 items per household.
Especially this time of year with folks getting new electronics right after Black Friday or just accruing them over the summer that, hey, might as well figure out a way to dispose of them properly.
TDS officials add many electronics like computers and cell phones contain personal information. And if the items aren't properly recycled, that information could end up into the wrong hands. The time now is 6:08. Still ahead on your morning news. Stellantis is recalling more than 315,000 trucks. We'll tell you which ones. Trump now selling his own cologne, and Apple has been named the best run company in the U.S. Christmas lights can put a dent in your holiday budget. Find out how to minimize the cost with the dazzling holiday decorations. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. December's a great time to find delicious pastries. It's also a great time to celebrate National Pastry Day. That's today. Pastries can be traced as far back as the ancient Mediterranean, when people used paper-thin layered baklava. Now, there are a number of types of pastries to enjoy, like short crust or sweet crust, puff or flaky. To celebrate, you can head to the bakery or maybe fire up your oven and make your own. That sounds like a lot of work. For now, leaving you with a live look at Syria's capital, Damascus, where over the weekend, rebels stormed the country's presidential palace as the capital city fell. Russian state media reporting this morning the country's former dictator Bashar al-Assad has taken asylum in Moscow. Continue to follow these developments and keep you updated throughout the day.
G&T Heating and Air Conditioning is giving thanks this holiday season with a new Goodman furnace. Go to news8000.com/contests and enter to win some Seasons heatings. Bring in the new year with a new furnace from G&T.
You're thinking about new windows and doors. I've been thinking about new windows and doors for over 40 years. You're thinking about the best window at the best price. I'm thinking about the best window at the best price for you. The best quality, installed by professional installers at a fair price. If you're planning new windows and doors, you owe it to yourself to contact the Board Store Home Improvements for a prompt free estimate. You'll be glad you did. Contact us today.
Dental implants are often the best solution to severe dental issues. If you have infection in your mouth, it does cause trouble other places. A lot of people ignore infection for way too long. And when they finally do something about it, they say not only do they like what they did here, but they feel better overall. In the end, you can have a smile you're proud of and a very healthy mouth.
We're an implant-focused practice. If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
The end of the year sales event is on now at Osseo Automotive, and that means big selection, big savings. We have some great savings on certified pre-owned vehicles like this 2021 Chevy Trailblazer for $18,900 or this 2023 Chevy Blazer Premier for only $35,900. How about a 2021 Chevy Silverado Crew Duramax for $36,900 or a 2022 Silverado 3500 HD for just $49,900? Osseo Automotive is Osseo Ford and Nels Gunderson Chevrolet, Rudy's in Whitehall, and Fountain City Ford.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you. Thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You can even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
G&T Heating and Air Conditioning is giving thanks this holiday season with a new Goodman furnace. Go to news8000.com/contests and enter to win some Seasons heatings. Bring in the new year with a new furnace from G&T.
Hey, well, good morning to you as we take a look at what's happening. The fog and low cloud activity now zero visibility in of Ladysmith. That extends down to Eau Claire. That's now dropping down to 1 mile of visibility. They're going to get in the dense fog just now if they're not in it already. You're also looking at Red Wing. They're going to be picking up some fog. Even Minnesota, Minneapolis, if you're heading in that direction to go to the airport, you're going to be seeing some patchy to dense fog out there. Then we get back closer to home. La Crosse holding on to 10 miles visibility, but you're seeing Sparta also falling still at 8 miles visibility. We're looking at that fog and low cloud activity starting to collect right around Marshfield, and that means we may see some more fog here kind of moving into the area, bringing that down into La Crosse, into the river valleys. The fog will linger, you can see, by La Crosse, and by the time we get in the 9 o'clock hour, it's up and out of the area. Fog still holding on to dense fog, getting up into areas right by Eau Claire and Ladysmith, and that carries over possibly toward the noon hour as we finish out, and some of that continuing as we get into La Crosse, I should say up to Ladysmith by the time we get after the noon. By the time we get into current temperatures here, we're going to hold on to 29 degrees and then stretch it down to at least 31 as you get into La Crosse, 30 for Eau Claire, and of course 33 down in Viroqua, 32 for Prairie du Chien. But what does it feel like? It feels like it's the same in Prairie du Chien, but you've got the wind chill holding on to Eau Claire about 22 degrees is what it feels like right now. La Crosse feels like 31 degrees. We'll carry over into Owen, Alaska. As you can see here, not much in the way of fog activity right now. The roadway looks pretty good and dry. La Crosse holding on to conditions for 32 degrees from the 7 a.m. hour, extending to the afternoon with more sunshine on the way for you, but cloudiness comes back again, and that's when we're probably going to wind up seeing ourselves with a little extra rainfall possibly moving in the picture between the 2 o'clock hour and 5 o'clock hour. Eau Claire also included with about 1/10 of an inch. Back to you.
In your Monday morning consumer news, Dodge truck owners, here's a recall you don't want to put off. Stellantis is recalling more than 315,000 trucks due to problems with the brakes. The hydraulic control units can fail, increasing the risk of a crash. Affected vehicles are 2017 and 18 model year Dodge Ram 25, 35, 45, and 5500s. Dealers will fix the issue for free. Just in time for the holidays, the president-elect launching a new fragrance line. The collection is named Fight, 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 the same words he exclaimed after being shot during a campaign rally. The collection includes cologne for men and perfume for women. They each cost about $200. You can buy them at GetTrumpFragrances.com. Apple is the best-run company in the U.S., according to a new ranking. It's the Wall Street Journal's annual Management 250. Apple takes the top spot from Microsoft, which comes in second this year. Two other tech companies follow. Those are NVIDIA in third and Intel in fourth. The Wall Street Journal says it grades contenders in areas like innovation and employee engagement. Christmas lights can always add joy during the holiday season, but what isn't always talked about is how much these pretty lights can add to your monthly electricity bill on top of other necessary expenses like heating your home. Ivan Rodriguez looks into how much more you can expect to pay this year and what you can do to save some money.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. For many, it means shopping the best deals for gifts and decking out their homes with Christmas decorations. But just how much more money do those festive lights add to the bill?
The beauty of holiday lighting is that it really doesn't have to break the bank. With LED lights especially, you can create a pretty stunning display for as little as, if you have a really modest decoration, maybe $2 for the season, for the month.
Ashley England with Tennessee Valley Authority says if you're still using traditional incandescent lights, it'll cost you.
That's going to cost you typically around $10 to $300, again, depending on how exquisite you get with your decorations.
Saving some money here could help offset other costs.
Your biggest energy expense is really not your light display at all. It's your heating and cooling.
Heating expenses in the U.S. are expected to jump 10.5% on average, due in part to colder temperatures forecast in the Northeast and Midwest, according to the National Energy Assistance Directors Association. Consumers who heat with electricity will be hit the hardest, with their costs projected to rise 13.6% to $1,208 for the winter season.
Make sure your HVAC has been tuned up. Make sure you've sealed air gaps around your house, that you have adequate insulation, and then adjusting your thermostat. That's going to save you far more than worrying about your festive lights.
On the topic of bills, a growing number of people are falling behind on their utility bills. Some 21 million households owed a total of $13.5 billion on their electric bills in June. That's up $1 billion from last year. That's it for your morning consumer news. Time now is 6:18. Let's check in with News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett for a look at our forecast.
All right, Alexander, as we get into it here, I'm walking back to the studio here, and we're going to be seeing rainfall potential, possibly packing a little punch here, trying to get up to the north, and then may drop some of that on us as well. With that happening, we'll put it in motion for you. You'll see this low gets a little bit closer to these areas of low pressure, beginning to lift up as well. They combine forces. You'll see these lows kind of holding on along this line as well, pushing that rainfall to the east, but we'll see this rainfall slip in, and that colder air slides right back in, coming out of Canada. Oh, Canada, here we go, getting into the fog and low cloud activity up to the north as well, and we'll hold out to Ladysmith with patchy to dense fog. That may extend all the way to the noon hour. Right now, we're already seeing Eau Claire and Ladysmith down to near dense fog, if not already, and then this will continue down to trickle down to a little bit to the south, down to La Crosse. Now, that being said, by 2 o'clock, we've got the rain and snow kind of moving in. We're only looking at about 1/10 of an inch, maybe out of that, and out of that, it'll be maybe a little drizzle working its way down here to to us as well, so we could see maybe a little bit of light sprinkles coming into the forecast for us finishing out. Now, by 7 o'clock, it's up and out for the evening commute as well done, and then eventually we'll see cooler air following suit behind that cold air. So folks that are watching that holiday train, please be careful. Don't forget to bundle up for yourself. It's going to be a little bit colder tomorrow and we're into the overnight hours tonight and the evening hours. We're going to see them getting into at least upper 30s today to at least around 50 degrees possibly. We have the clear and mild conditions, but we'll pick up the cloud cover and increase that as we finish out the day. In fact, the rainfall not looking at a lot for today, but once we get into Tuesday, we'll see maybe a 1/10 of an inch pop up. Then Wednesday rolls around, we'll spread that out maybe up to a 1/10 to a 1/4 of an inch up north, and then down to the south here, we're looking at a 1/10 of an inch or less. Now, for now, we'll see that snow popping in. This is for today and tomorrow. You see it kind of getting up to the north there. That's more along the lines of some snow that gets accumulative. And then we'll see it as we get closer to Ladysmith, and then right back down to Eau Claire. Maybe some of that tries to get on the ground, but it doesn't look too promising. All right, that being said, hey, take a look at this. Highs for Tuesday. Cloudy skies around coming into the area, but cooler temperatures as well. Temperatures, the highs for tomorrow are looking at least about, say, 24 to about maybe 30 degrees. So much cooler on the way. Winter solstice falls as we go right into December 21st. That's a 2024, of course, this year, 3:20 in the morning, and it's the shortest day of the year. That's an absolutely beautiful shot, by the way. We'll get into it with mild conditions today, cooler tomorrow with clouds, and then we'll see some clouds with Wednesday getting into colder conditions, and that's going to usher in that cold air. As I showed you, the wind chill factor to finish out the rest of the work week is going to be -5 to -25 degrees out there. Be safe out there and have a wonderful day.
All right, Art, thank you. The time now is 6:21. Still ahead, want to boost your baby's language skills? Experts say reading aloud starting early can make all the difference. Stay tuned for those details.
Coming up in sports, Kirk Cousins made his return to US Bank Stadium, but find out why it wasn't the homecoming he wanted. And the Bucks look to snap a 2-game losing streak ahead of the NBA Cup. I've got those highlights coming up in the Morning Blitz.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Did you know that when you buy from Maury's, you get Maury's Promise? Maury's will always offer you our best price first, upfront, pure and simple. And our product specialists are commission-free, so there's no haggling necessary. Our lifetime powertrain warranty on new vehicles covers your engine and transmission nationwide for life. Also, our powertrain warranty on Maury's certified pre-owned vehicles covers you for 10 years, 100,000 miles, and much, much more. Maury's, moving life forward.
My favorite part of Christmas, probably being able to go sledding. Get in the roll in the snow and do this. I really love how cozy and fun it is. My favorite song is Jingle Bells. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Things are a bit simpler as a kid. We realize not everyone has the same level of comfort and support this time of year. If you need help, please reach out. Peace of Mind Counseling wishes you a safe and happy holiday season.
Bad back? Get Good Feet with the personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store. Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet, good life. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
A grand piano is more than just an instrument. It's a statement of elegance and a source of endless inspiration. Its rich full tone can fill any room with warmth and beauty, and when you invest in a grand piano from Lighthold Music, you're enriching your life and the lives of those around you. Let their expert team guide you through the selection process and fine-tune your life with the perfect grand.
A lifetime of pleasure, satisfaction, and fun.
Everybody has an instrument. Yours is at Lighthold Music.
Lighthold Music.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz, week 14 of the NFL season, and for the second straight week, it was all eyes on Minnesota as the Packers had another Thursday night game. The Vikings going for win number 11 of the season, and they were welcoming back an old friend as Kirk Cousins made his return to US Bank Stadium. Let's go there. Cousins had 0 touchdowns and 6 interceptions in his last 3 games going into this one. But Atlanta would march right down the field, and on 1st and goal, they would hand it off to Tyler Algier. He hit the hole and is in for the score. Falcons took an early lead. Later in the quarter, Vikings on 1st and 10. Darnold, play action. He's going to be hit as he throws, with the defense not paying attention. Jordan Addison making the catch, walking on in. Vikings tie it up. Next Falcons drive, 1st and 10. Cousins dropping back all day to throw, but that's right into the hands of Josh Metellus for the interception. Cousins 7th in the last 4 games. Just over 2 to play in the half, still tied at 7. The Vikings threatening, and Darnold is going to find Justin Jefferson in the back of the end zone. Vikings take the lead. It's Jefferson's first touchdown since week 6, so you know he's going to bust out the gritty, something I will never do. 3rd quarter, lead down to 1, but on 3rd and 8, Darnold doing his best Houdini impression, avoiding the defense, throwing it downfield, and he's got Jefferson wide open, backpedals into the end zone. Minnesota goes up 8. Atlanta would tie it at 21, but the 4th quarter, all Minnesota. First, it was Darnold to Jordan Addison, his 2nd touchdown of the game. And then with 8.5 to play, Darnold dropping back again, and again he's going to Addison. His 3rd of the game, Darnold's 5th. Falcons need an answer. Cousins dropping back, going downfield, but that ball is overthrown, and it's intercepted. The Vikings' 2nd of the day, and then Minnesota would go ahead and ice the game. Aaron Jones up the middle, nobody gonna tackle him. He's in for the score. Vikings roll 42-21 the final, and they are now 11-2. We've got some NBA action. Bucks on the road up against the Brooklyn Nets. This one was back and forth all game long, and Giannis was in the middle of it all. Check this out. He's going to get the ball. Lillard finds him, spins, and throws it down. Bucks with an early 4-point lead. Nets are one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the league. Just ask Cam Johnson. Corner 3, good. Nets up 4. And then in the second half, Dennis Schroeder having a night. He buries the triple. Brooklyn goes up 6. Let's jump to the 4th quarter. 2-point game. Giannis, the pass to Bobby Portis. He lets it fly from deep and connects. Milwaukee takes the lead. Nets need an answer. Schroeder drives, but Portis with the rejection. Lillard goes up the court to Giannis, and he throws it down for 2 of his 34 on the night. The Bucks hold on for the win, 118-113, the final. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Are you worried that your RV may have a leak? Here at Jim's Truck and Trailer, we can detect leaks before the real damage happens. Once water gets into the walls of your RV, major damage can happen just a short time away. We can find the smallest of leaks anywhere on the outside of your RV and get them repaired before they turn into a disaster. Water damage is serious business, and a lot of times it's not covered by insurance. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks is the area's only provider of this type of detection system. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
For over 40 years, LaCrosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CEHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
Beware of getting mortgage information and mortgage rates online. I get a lot of home buyers that get their mortgage information online or get a pre-approval letter from a computer. I can tell you that talking to someone with over 30 years of experience, that everyone's situation is different, and sticking to a lender that has my experience is important to your financial future.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
I've suffered from shoulder pain for about 22 years. It got to where I couldn't even wash my hair. I couldn't even brush my teeth without pain.
That's when Sophia checked out QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. All natural treatments to restore and repair your damaged joint tissue and get you back to living a normal life again with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime.
I chose QC Kinetics because my son, he had had his back done, and he had great success with it.
Join tens of thousands of satisfied patients who have found lasting relief from their joint pain. Request a free consultation and find out if you're qualified for this therapeutic breakthrough. Call 715-447-7980.
I was in the shower washing my hair, and I realized, oh my God, I'm washing my hair and it doesn't hurt. I'm pain-free, and I want to thank you, QC Kinetics.
Isn't it time you got your life back? Call now for your free consultation. 715-447-7980. 715-447-7980.
Happy holidays from Big Nevsky Heating and Air Conditioning, your local Trane dealer.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back. In your morning medical news, for people with food allergies, flying can cause a lot of anxiety. A new study may have found out why. It found many allergic people worry airlines won't honor allergen buffer zones or provide allergen-free foods. Many also don't disclose their allergies because they're worried about the reaction from others. Food allergies affect more than 33 million Americans. Many studies show the benefits of reading to children that go well beyond just literacy. Now, the American Academy of Pediatrics is putting the spotlight on the positive parenting practice of shared reading. And as Michael George tells us, it should start when children are infants.
Ooh, yummy, yummy.
1-year-old Saori is trying to eat the delicious fruit she sees in her favorite book. Her mom, Julissa Costa, started reading to her when she was just an infant.
She was licking the book. She wanted that blueberry. They still are able to understand the concepts that you give them, no matter how small you think they are.
The American Academy of Pediatrics says it's something all parents and caregivers should be doing, reading aloud with newborns and young children, because the positive parenting practice has benefits for a lifetime.
We've known for years that young children who have parents who look at books with them and talk to them, that their language development is improved. Those positive experiences also shape the child's social and emotional development, shape the child's excitement later on when it comes time to go to school. And
Study author Dr. Perry Klass says print books are best for young children.
Holding the book, turning the pages, all of that helps young children understand how the books work and how they can elicit from their parents the kinds of reactions and language that they want to hear.
The AAP says pediatricians should encourage shared reading at least through kindergarten.
Lola's daddy reads a story.
The Acosta's pediatrician works with Reach Out and Read, which provides books in low-income communities in New York at child well visits.
I want my kids to know that no matter where they live, where they come from, we can have a window into another world through reading. You love cheese. Yummy.
A world filled with discovery and adventures.
The AAP emphasizes while touchscreens and other electronic devices are popular for reading, they don't offer the same interactive benefits of reading a print book together. The Winona County Historical Society is holding a fundraiser for the holiday season. The Holiday House Tour is a great chance to see some of Winona's architectural history. This year's tour takes attendees to 5 historic homes and St. Martin's Church.
So it's always just fun to go into people's homes and see what they do and gather ideas and just, especially the historic homes, kind of see how people make, use of something that was very different. Say it's a 100-year-old house, of how they lived back then to how we live today.
The Holiday House Tour has been a fundraiser for the past 35 years. La Crosse's Amtrak train station will be visited by a special holiday train later tonight. The Canadian Pacific Holiday Train set to pull into the station at 8:30 p.m. with some musical guests. The yearly train helps raise money for area food banks near each stop. The train will also stop in Tomah at 5:15 and Sparta around 6:30. La Crosse area runners put on their ugliest sweaters, all to benefit a good cause. Saturday was the annual Ugly Sweater 5K. The race is the primary fundraiser for the Rotary of La Crosse After Hours Club. Runners raced from Myrick Park to the Rotary Lights display, getting into the holiday spirit while donning those ugly sweaters.
You know, my sister told me about this and I'm like, wow, this is gonna be really fun. We've never done any races, but I'm like, might as well do it, and it's for charity, so I think it's gonna be pretty exciting.
After the run, participants could enter the Ugly Sweater contest and enjoy some live music. 'Tis the season to decorate. That goes for all kinds of homes. Last week, the White House unveiled its Christmas theme, a season of peace and light, with photos of the dazzling interiors. But turns out this year's setup also had a little Wisconsin flair. Bree Bilak got to sit down with an Athens event decorator about this once-in-a-lifetime experience.
After spending just a little bit of time with Athens native Nick Peter, it's clear to me why he was chosen for a season of peace and light.
In a small town of just over 1,000 people, Nick had a big dream.
Every year they run a White House special, and I remember seeing, just in awe of what the White House, the people's house, looks like at Christmas. And having a love for Christmas, I'm like, someday I'm going. I don't know what it takes, someday I'm going to do it.
In 2019, he opened his own event decorating business.
I've always had a passion for Christmas decorating, and it just kind of spiraled and started with 1 tree and then went to 3 and then to 7, and this year I have 15.
On a whim this fall, Nick applied to decorate the White House. He was shocked to find out he was picked as one of the 300 volunteers.
I never would have thought some kid from Athens, Wisconsin would get picked to go and decorate the White House, but it happened.
Nick flew to Washington, D.C. and spent the entire week of Thanksgiving quite literally decking the halls.
1,500 feet of garland had to be fluffed, lit, and then hung to these big arches that went over the ground floor corridor.
Nick's team decorated 24 of the 83 Christmas trees in the White House and even got to meet the First Lady.
History is created every single day in this house, whether it's Christmas decorating or not, and it may have been something that they just said, but I really took that to heart every day. Like, I'm creating history.
But if decorating for the holidays is more of your nightmare than a dream, listen to Nick.
The decorations are beautiful, but it's really about spending it with your family and friends. And so enjoy the decorations, but also enjoy being with your family and friends this holiday season.
The time now is 6:36. Let's check in with Art to tell us what to expect on our Monday morning commute.
Oh, the White House. Oh, and the snow and everything else and the Christmas cheer. Hey, how about this, though? Dense fog this early morning. We've got that to contend with this early morning up into areas by Ladysmith as well as Eau Claire, already in the dense fog right now. That fog will linger all the way till the noon hour. Other locations, though, we could get some sprinkles out of this as well. 2 to 5 p.m. today. Pretty much for the all the way down to La Crosse, possibly Sparta as well, and Black River Falls and extending northward. Then tonight, we're all back in the cold where temperatures are going to drop down to 17 to at least 25 degrees. So if you're heading to the holiday train and all that, please bundle up for yourself. All right, let's carry over to how this all plays out, though. Temperatures right now, Eau Claire and La Crosse are looking at 30 degrees for Eau Claire, Ladysmith 28, La Crosse 31 degrees. Everybody else huddled around 31 to 30 degrees. There's your fog and low cloud activity. Looks like Ladysmith got a little bit better with the fog right now. 3 miles visibility, near dense fog for Eau Claire, 3 miles visibility for Marshfield, and then still 8 miles visibility down to the south. Not much change, but you see the fog up to the north is going to stick around all the way past the 9 o'clock hour and extending into at least the noon hour, or at least near it by the time we finish out for this morning and into the afternoon. Eau Claire holding on to cloudy skies right now, 30 degrees, but it feels like it's 22 out there, but the roadways look pretty good. But look at the fog. There it is right there sticking out there. Back to you.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, how about Macy? She's turning 8 years old today. She loves caterpillars, ladybugs, and riding her bike.
And Richard's turning 88. He's a 2-time war hero that loves to spend time with his family and friends. Thank you for your service and happy birthday.
All right, if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button. Coming up, how prepared is your teen to handle their money? Why more than half say they're not ready, and how Junior Achievement is working to change that here in the Coulee region.
Hurry
Hurry into Shopko Optical before your vision benefits expire. Our professional team will walk you through your options, and together, we will maximize your benefits on exams, frames, contact lenses, and more. Your personalized eye care awaits. Visit Shopko Optical today.
Are your toilets in need of an upgrade? Not only can older toilets be uncomfortable, they can also clog more and increase your utility bills. At Maxwell White, we offer professionally trusted Kohler toilets. Our popular best-selling toilet is the Kohler Highline, available in various heights to provide ultimate accessibility and ease of use. Don't wait. Start enjoying the exceptional power, innovation, and water-saving sustainability of a new Kohler toilet. Trust the toilet experts at Maxwell White. Plumbing done right. Call today.
Ready? Okay.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. That's over $6,400 total value, plus no monthly payments until next year. We are professional grade GMC.
525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? How about Hi, Grandma. How about Hi, Grandma.
Hey, sis. Guess who's home?
You made it!
Smile, everyone.
Your eyewear should be as individual as you. With Shopko Optical's extensive selection of frames and lenses, our optometrists will learn about you and help you customize the right choice for your lifestyle. Visit Shopko Optical and find your new signature style today.
All right, and away we go, holding on to at least cloudy skies. Eventually, when the day progresses, we'll get to that. But before that, looks like clear skies. A little moon gazing out there right now. Patchy fog also starting to develop here as well. We'll go right through the mid-morning hours for La Crosse, and you're looking at least some sunny to at least mostly sunny skies. Now, Eau Claire, on the other hand, starts off quite opposite with fog and low cloud activity right now with cloudy skies continuing through the mid-morning hours. By the 11 o'clock hour, well, it says we lose that fog, but we're going to lose some of that fog, not all of it. And we're going to see some of that continue all the way into at least the noon hour, possibly, with temperatures in the 30s and the 40s. And eventually we'll get back into cloudy skies after a break of those clouds and open it up. As you can see, as we tail right all the way into from Monday into Tuesday and Wednesday, colder air starts to sneak in eventually if coming out of Canada. And that cold air comes in with this high pressure building in, and that's going to usher in that cold air, and that's going to stick with us. And man, it's going to be very cold. We're talking wind chill factors of at least -5 to at least -25 to finish out the work week after we get through Wednesday. Now, that being said, take a look at the low cloud activity, the fog and low clouds. We'll see some rainfall sneaking in as we get into at least the 2 o'clock hour, moving across the Mississippi. That gets into areas by Ladysmith down to Eau Claire, Winona possibly. Then it kind of tracks a little bit more to the east, northeast, and we'll see some of that drop down by 4 o'clock, getting into Ladysmith still. Eau Claire still with the rainfall, but possibly Black River Falls extending else down to possibly Eau Claire, to La Crosse in the form of a light sprinkle. Now, that being said, getting that out of the way by the 7 o'clock hour, it's gone. We dry out just a little bit, and eventually we get that colder air kind of sinking in. We'll also hold on to conditions to be like this as we finish out. Highs for the day, 38 to 40s, widespread up to around 50 degrees. We'll be in and out of the cloud cover, but we'll finish out with cloudy skies, and we'll get into mostly cloudy skies to finish the night. As far as rainfall, maybe 1/10 of an inch up there by Eau Claire because of what I just showed you. Then we carry over to Tuesday. not much happening, but it is a 20% chance. And excuse me, in fact, as we get into Wednesday, then we get into at least a 1/10 of an inch to a 1/4 of an inch up to the north in the areas there. You'll see it also in Wausau as well, but everybody else looks like a 1/10 of an inch or less for rainfall and snow. Speaking of snow, let's take a look here as we go into today and tomorrow. Some of that gets up to the north, brushing to the northway, and then we go, that's for today, and then tomorrow we filter in, and you're seeing this all the way into down to Eau Claire, but I don't think that's going to touch the ground. Highs for Tuesday, though. You're going to get into the highs 24 to about maybe 30 degrees. The lows themselves are going to be much colder, and so we're going to see those temperatures continue to drop. Winter solstice rolls in. It's coming in on the 21st. That's the shortest day of the year, and also we're going to find ourselves holding on to a little bit of extra joy moving to the forecast. We'll also look again as we hold right into 46 today, 28 tomorrow. Cooler, and then we get into cold by Wednesday, cold on Thursday, cold on Friday. Man, oh man, with those temperatures, look at those temperatures in the morning. -4, as I told you, it'll feel like -4 or -5 to at least -25 through the work week after Wednesday.
Statistics show more than half of teens feel unprepared to manage their financial future. That's where our next guest comes in. Susan Peterson, Regional Director of Junior Achievement Wisconsin, is spearheading a program to change those numbers. Good morning, Susan. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We're happy to see you. So tell us a little bit about Junior Achievement and what makes it so unique in the way you guys teach financial literacy.
Right. So Junior Achievement has been around since 1919 nationally.
Wow.
And we've been around here since 2009 in the Coulee region. And so we go in and we teach about financial literacy, we teach about entrepreneurship, and then we also teach about career and work readiness from K through 12. But now we are moving to young adults, 18 to 25. And we work with 6,000 students a year.
Okay, great. Yeah, those services are so needed. You always hear people say, we learned this in school, we learned this, but we didn't learn how to file our taxes or save money, right?
Right,
yeah,
right.
Great things.
And you're expanding in the Coulee region now, too?
Yes, we are expanding. We are part of a national pilot. So JA USA has developed some new curriculum, which aligns with a lot of the requirements out there and the need about budgeting, about investing, about being able to budget for your rent, for school, and all those really essential things. And we're finding a big need for that. So we're working with Western Technical College, doing some workshops in this area already, and then also we're working with a couple of schools, UW Stout, UW Eau Claire as well.
Okay, awesome. So Wisconsin just mandated financial literacy for high schoolers. That's something we've been covering. How is Junior Achievement helping schools meet that requirement?
Right. So we are definitely great partners with our schools around here in the Coulee region, and with Act 60 now, we have had financial literacy curriculum since the beginning, but they're able to either utilize a semester curriculum of ours, which we fundraise for and we bring to the schools. Or otherwise, we are running a lot of our programs. One is a business simulation called Titan, another one is an investing program. So we're running that right now with some of our local high schools, and it really enhances, and we bring that real world, real life volunteer into the classroom, which is, I think, what I call our secret sauce.
Yeah, okay, and you mentioned volunteers. We know you guys always need volunteers. What can you tell us about those opportunities and what you're looking for?
Yeah, and I will say, you know, because we work with a couple hundred, and what is key for Junior Achievement is our volunteer. From elementary, middle to high school, those are the key areas. And so we have opportunities all year long in our elementary classroom. We work with Ann Seehafer, and we can reach out and being able to do that. And also we have events like our Business Challenge, which is coming up here in March. And that is an opportunity for you to be a mentor. Or you could be a career speaker as well, or work on a career day with Onalaska Middle School. So there are a lot of different opportunities, and we connect you with what is best.
Okay, great.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you're switching out to 18 to 25-year-olds, 18 to 25?
Yes.
And what are they going to be facing now?
You know, I think with the 18 to 25-year-olds, I also have some of those myself.
Yeah.
And you know,
it's tough, right?
It is tough.
Time, yeah.
It is a tough time. And if you didn't have financial literacy, because it has been an elective in a lot of our schools, and it's not necessarily talked about at home, the amount of debt for students and also being able to just even go to work. We're hearing from businesses that are having their own financial university for their staff. So being able to provide those experiences within the colleges or within post-secondary in a workshop setting and bringing that volunteer in, especially so they can budget for rent, for groceries and for different things like that. And we want them to stay and get an education or otherwise go straight to work.
Yeah, definitely an increasing need. So Susan, thank you so much for being here and telling us a little bit about junior achievement.
Thanks for having me.
Seeing you. Yeah. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Life's busy. Off is not an option. You need to be on. On time, on the go, on the call, or just ready to play on. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
Welcome to the most honest commercial you've ever seen. Not the cleanest, just the most honest. Today, we're fixing a home's foundation. I mean, that is like the most common thing to see in the world.
Pretty common, yeah.
Right.
So it's the soil that's eroding away, causing those cavities, those voids that the foundation then wants to settle into.
And then you guys with your superhero capes show up and fix everything.
Yes, sir.
Get a free and honest inspection with Innovative Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
Convenience is a big factor. We're right here in Onalaska.
We're local. You know, we've been here for a long time. We take all insurances. We service and repair many different makes and models of hearing aids. Even if you didn't get your hearing aids with us, we'd be happy to take a look at them.
If your hearing aid is still under warranty, we can do some warranty work for you there.
You know, just walk in. You know, you don't have to have an appointment. I'm happy to help if I can.
Our family is helping your family. Better Hearing Center, Onalaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
The gift of relaxation and pampering is the perfect gift to give this holiday season. It is the Sue Colby's experience, the gift your special someone is really hoping for, and the gift she really deserves. Order your gift cards online today at SueColby's.com or pick them up at Sue Colby's Salon and Day Spa, because she deserves the very best.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
Batteries Plus has the national scale for all your power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day. Get it today.
Happy holidays from News 8 Now.
Welcome back. It is 6:51. Time for your morning news now. Crews battled an overnight fire at a two-story home in Tomah. Crews rushed to the scene on Clark Street just before 11:15 last night. Thanks to their quick response, firefighters managed to contain the blaze to the second floor, preventing it from spreading. Nobody was hurt. Investigators now working to find out what caused it. Searchers found a body along the Cannon River while looking for a 60-year-old man who went missing. The medical examiner now working to identify the remains. The search has been suspended. Meanwhile, we'll continue to follow the story for updates. Crowds celebrated across Syria after opposition forces put an end to the Assad family's more than half-century iron rule over the Middle Eastern nation. Russia said President Bashar al-Assad arrived in Moscow after fleeing Damascus. President Biden announced Assad's brutal regime, calling his departure a moment of historic opportunity. Happening today, the public can get an update on plans for a new hospital in Lake Hallie. The Chippewa Valley Health Cooperative has received approval for its nonprofit facility. The new meeting starts at 6 tonight at the Heidi Center. Doors will open at 5:15. The road around the north end of Pettibone Park will close in just a few hours. It will stay closed through January, we're told. The Winona County Historical Society hosting a fundraiser for the holidays. Their holiday house tour is a great chance to see some of Winona's historical architecture.
So it's always just fun to go into people's homes and see what they do and gather ideas, and just, you know, especially the historic homes, kind of see how people make, you know, use of something that was very different. Say it's a 100-year-old house, of how they lived back then to how we live today.
The Holiday House Tour has been a fundraiser for more than 35 years. La Crosse's Amtrak train station will be visited by a special holiday train later tonight. The Canadian Pacific Holiday Train set to pull in at 8:30 with some musical guests. The annual train helps raise money for area food banks. The train will also stop in Tomah at 5:15 and Sparta around 6. If your children haven't sent their Christmas letters to Santa yet, today might be the day to do that. The letters can be sent as part of the USPS annual Operation Santa program. Kids' letters to Santa can be shared online through the program with personal information that is redacted. Yesterday was the first ever brunch with Santa and Mrs. Claus at the Holmen Area Community Center, part of Holmen's Jingle Fest celebration, an annual holiday event to showcase the community's local businesses and vendors.
We hope that this will be a new tradition for Holmen families to come together, and that it will move to, you know, grandparents and families and the grandchildren all coming and sharing a table, sharing a holiday brunch together.
The brunch also included live music, crafts, and story time.
All right. What do we got today? Well, some fog to start this early morning. Then we're in and out of the cloud cover, taking you to cloudy skies to finish out your day. Our high of 46 degrees. We're also going to be seeing the possibility of a little rain and snow. Not out of the question, but it won't really be measurable for us here locally in La Crosse. Maybe up in Eau Claire and areas right by Ladysmith as well. Maybe a 1/10 of an inch or less. We'll get into 28 degrees for tomorrow, but your seasonal low is at 22. Then we'll get into the cool conditions under cloudy skies. Looking at cloudy and colder conditions as we go right into tomorrow morning, and then eventually we'll get into mostly cloudy skies to finish the day. High around 20 degrees, but still cold. That'll linger all the way to Thursday and Friday. Getting into your weekend though, snow returns again with a 30% chance for Saturday, and that extends into another mild Sunday ahead for us. Get out and enjoy it if you can before it gets cold to cool on Monday of next week.
All right, Art, thank you. A new datingnews.com survey finding Chick-fil-A is the fast food restaurant where most people have their first date. 3,000 out of roughly 3,000 men who were surveyed, 16% of them ranked the family-owned chicken establishment as the top pick. Dairy Queen came in second. Third place was a tie between Sonic and Pizza Hut. The survey also showed a majority of both men and women would say yes to a fast food date. 54% of men, while 66% of women said they would say yes. Oh, more women said they would say yes to a budget-friendly fast food first date. That's right. Take that, men.
What you say, lady? Let's go get some chicken.
We're willing to go out for the chicken and fries.
Let's get some chicken.
Yeah. Sounds pretty good right now, doesn't it? Chicken and waffles?
It's a little movie.
Art's not about it.
Some popcorn.
All right. Sounds pretty good too. Thank you for starting your morning with us. We will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your Monday.